technological innovation can increase the output of these systems, but the question is what shapes the process of increasing output through the use of technologies. What factors shape the actor's ability to actually use productive technologies? And therefore, I argue, we have to open the black box of technology and economic systems by analyzing social and kinship groups that are built into the economic process. May they be a cost-effective
but the difference is in the urban area that we have a more concentrated effect. And my conclusion is if this continues, then I think that this system of agriculture is going to be compromised, especially with the increased urban development.
Hannah, I will talk about mapping urban agriculture in West African cities, primarily in northern Ghana and Ouagadougou in Burkina Faso, where the city urban agriculture is practiced. How large these areas are, we are talking about open space areas here, not about backyards, and what crops are being grown on these areas. This we used medium resolution satellite imagery to first of all detect those spaces along with existing literature. We then used an unmanned aerial vehicle to produce high resolution aerial images at about 5 centimeters per pixel. And last but not least, we went to the field and mapped these areas in situ, that means by using a GPS device and base maps to find out what crops are actually grown on.
Dishes like maize or millets. Nevertheless, women do not own land in Ghana. So in most cases, women are given small pieces of land at the fringes of their husband's field to try and produce these vegetables. So in most cases, women are relying on this land by borrowing a land rather than this source of So we therefore conclude that the women's innovative method, the women's legislative rights,
because then you have a little bit lower contact angle. The lower the contact angle, the better it absorbs water.
Lastly, I'll share with you something vegetable. And onion, for instance, which happens to travel from as long as Niger, passing through Burkina Faso, through Mali. And what we found out is that almost the same quantity of onion that comes into the city, in the two cities, moves out. So the tonnage of about 350 comes in, and almost a similar tonnage leaves the city, making the city just not as a consumption hub as I introduced, but basically a transiting area. Tomato that we found nicely was, the issue of tomato was, you can see that tomato comes in the lean season, huge amount of tomato.
Two main factors are handled here, that's in relation to quantity and quality. In terms of quality, session at Tropentag here. So
the actual president here of BMBF, the Federal Ministry of Education and Research, is filling actually a conspicuous gap in the Tropentag agenda, because besides DFG, BMBF is the biggest funding organization in Germany for international research.
What does Plus want to contribute? We are set up in 3 sectors. We do on-farm and on-station inter- and transdisciplinary research together with our partner, and I'm trying to introduce some of the results that we are having so far too. The basic setting are multifactorial experiments whose treatment have been set up together with our partner, with a number of stakeholders. Key levels, we have normal agricultural practice, and then we use biochar and compost in a combination with them. And we also do technology development, particularly with respect to simple techniques of how to clean up the water and to reduce the filter residues as a fertilizer. Wastewater and fertilizer constitute together in those 6 months about 300 kilograms of nitrogen inputs. That is already high, but if you look particularly at the phosphorus, 100 kilograms of phosphorus level, that's extraordinarily high, and we do see losses there, and I will give you some examples how the nutrient use efficiency can be assessed and possibly ameliorated. This is a quite unusual drawing, I would say, cumulative biomass yield, because you are having multiple yields on those crops, and I would need to show you individual yields for the individual crops. So what we just did, we sum up the different crops in terms of biomass to give you an idea of the total carbon fixation and also of the efficiency of these treatments in these different crops that we are using. Then you see normal agricultural practices only, so you even in that first year of the experiment, you already see, or 1.5 years of the experiment, you already see about 10% increase in the biochar application. We are training also farmers to produce biochar and then use biochar in their fields following discussions and debates about yield effect, about also nutrient use efficiency effects, and they report back to us about their experience and their possible modification of the kill. We look at where that is happening in the town and from where the food and feed are coming. We have mapped the area, quite a detailed mapping that includes all the household backyard gardens and all the little markets. And I would like to just share 3 crops with you. Maize as an example. A regional supply produced in the surrounding of the city, no major seasonal differences, because the maize is actually stored to a large season. We see the same pattern. This is quite different when you look at tomato, because 98% of the tomato is coming from Burkina Faso into Tamale. So depending on which season you are, in the lean season you have a substantial inflow, whereas in the tomato production season, local production is actually predominant. And with that, I would like to thank first the courses and you for your